Alex had been traveling through space for months, working alone on a remote research station orbiting a quiet blue planet. The station was small, but it was filled with advanced equipment, machines he barely understood, lights that pulsed like the heartbeat of the station, and consoles that glowed softly in the dim corridors. That night, after finishing his daily routine of monitoring sensors and repairing a malfunctioning energy core, Alex felt a deep, bone-tired exhaustion. His body ached from constant work, from floating in zero gravity, from the mental strain of being completely alone for so long. He stripped off his clothes, feeling the chill of the station's air circulation, and lay down on his small sleeping cot. The hum of machinery and the soft vibration of the station against the void of space were comforting, lulling him quickly into sleep. He dreamed of Earth, of green fields and warm sunlight, and of laughter that wasn't echoing in empty halls. For a moment he forgot that he was millions of kilometers away from the nearest human colony. But something strange had begun while he slept. In the station's lab, a piece of experimental equipment, a small energy field generator, had been left on in a dormant state. Tiny fluctuations, barely detectable, slowly built up through the night. By the time Alex's eyes opened, the station no longer looked the same. The first thing he noticed was the light. It wasn't the usual sterile glow of the station's panels. The walls shimmered with soft hues of blue and green, like a living aurora trapped inside metal walls. The consoles pulsed rhythmically, as if the station itself had begun breathing. Alex rubbed his eyes, thinking he was still dreaming. What is happening? He whispered to himself. His voice sounded strange in the corridor, echoing with an unfamiliar resonance. Then he saw them. At first, they were just shapes in the corner of his eye, glowing softly, hovering in the air without moving. But as he focused, he realized they were humanoid figures, tall, elegant, with translucent skin that seemed to shimmer with internal light. Their eyes glowed faintly, showing intelligence and curiosity. They didn't speak, but somehow Alex felt their awareness reaching him like ripples through his mind. He froze. His heart pounded. He had faced dangerous situations before, meteor storms, energy malfunctions, isolation, but nothing had prepared him for this. The aliens were watching him, studying him. "You're awake," a voice suddenly said, not in his ears but directly in his mind. Alex stumbled backward, pressing his hands to his head. "What? Who's there?" he stammered. "We mean no harm," the voice continued, calm and melodic. "We have been observing your species for a long time. We chose you because of your courage, your resilience, and your ability to adapt." Alex blinked. What? Chosen me for what?" The aliens floated closer, their movements graceful and silent. One reached out, not touching but gesturing toward a console that now seemed alive with energy. Patterns moved across it, images forming and dissolving like liquid light. Alex realized that the station itself had changed. The walls, the lights, even the floor seemed to respond to the presence of the aliens and, strangely, to him. "You are here for a purpose," the voice said. "The galaxy faces challenges that require the strengths only humans possess: creativity, intuition, and unpredictability. We need your help to witness, to guide, and to act." Alex's mind raced. He had imagined alien contact many times, what it would be like, how humans might react. But this was nothing like the simulations. He had not prepared for an encounter like this. His first instinct was to run, to hide, to get back to familiar equipment and routine. But something in the way the aliens moved, the way the station itself seemed to hum in harmony with them, made him pause. He took a deep breath, forcing his fear down. I don't understand. I'm just a human. I'm not trained for this." "You are more capable than you realize," the voice replied gently. "Observation and understanding are only the first steps. Soon, you will see what you must do." Alex looked around the station, feeling the weight of the empty corridors, the hum of machines, and the gentle pulsing of the alien lights. He had spent months alone here, but suddenly he was not alone. Not really. He was being watched, guided, and chosen. Tentatively, he stepped toward the lab, where the largest of the alien figures hovered over a glowing console. As he approached, the figure seemed to acknowledge him, its light flickering softly in a way that reminded him of a greeting. The console displayed patterns of stars and planets, with lines connecting them like a web of light. "This is incredible," Alex whispered. "What is this?" "This is knowledge," the voice replied. "A map of potential, of possibilities. You will see things no human has seen and you will act in ways no human has acted before. Your choices will matter." Alex's mind spun. He wanted to ask questions, to demand explanations, but he realized he could barely comprehend what was happening. The aliens were showing him a glimpse of the galaxy he had never known. Vast networks of energy, connections between stars and distant planets that glowed with life unlike anything he had imagined. Then, one of the aliens extended a hand toward him. Not physically, but as if offering a bridge of trust. Alex hesitated. He had spent so long relying on his own skills, his own judgment, and now he was being asked to trust beings completely alien to him. Finally, with a deep breath, he stepped closer. The moment he did, a sensation unlike anything he had felt before washed over him. The station pulsed, the lights shimmering faster, patterns flowing across the walls, and he felt an almost electric connection, like he was part of the station itself. The aliens were not controlling him. They were connecting with him, sharing information and inviting him to participate. "You must understand," the voice said, calm but urgent. "We do not manipulate, we empower. Your species has a unique strength, an ability to adapt, to innovate, to act when logic alone is insufficient. That is why you are here." Alex's fear began to fade, replaced by a cautious excitement. He was a part of something bigger now, something that stretched across stars and systems, something that needed him in ways he had never imagined. He looked at the aliens again. Their forms shimmered softly like living lights. They were beautiful, strange, and intelligent, and they were waiting for him to take the first step. "All right," he said quietly. "Tell me what I need to do." The voice in his mind hummed with approval. "First you will learn. Observe, adapt, and act. The galaxy is vast, and its challenges are many. But you, Alex, are ready to begin." He nodded, feeling a mix of fear and exhilaration. He was just a human, but now he was part of something greater. And somehow he knew that what awaited him would change everything, not just for him, but for all of humanity. Outside the station, stars sparkled coldly in the void, unaware of the small human who was about to make a difference in ways that no one could have predicted. Alex took a deep breath, feeling the hum of the station and the presence of the aliens surrounding him, and stepped fully into the lab, ready to face whatever was coming next. The first step had been taken. The journey was beginning, and Alex knew deep down that waking up nude that morning was the least shocking thing he would experience in the days ahead. The station pulsed once more, like a heartbeat, and the aliens shimmered around him. The adventure was just starting, and he was not alone. Alex stood in the lab, surrounded by the shimmering forms of the aliens. Their light reflected off the metallic walls, creating a soft glow that seemed alive. The station thrummed with energy as if it had awakened alongside him. He felt a mixture of awe and nervousness. He had faced challenges before, but nothing like this. "You will see what must be done," the telepathic voice said. "A cosmic event approaches, a danger that could affect an entire star system. Your intuition and creativity are required." Alex's brow furrowed. "Me, what can I do that you cannot?" The aliens' forms shifted, their colors changing like a living spectrum. Logic alone is not enough. Decisions must be made in ways that cannot always be predicted. That is why we need you. Alex nodded, though uncertainty lingered. The station pulsed under his feet, guiding him toward a console filled with flowing patterns of light. It looked like a map, but unlike any map he had seen before. Lines of energy connected distant stars, pulsing with information he couldn't yet understand. "Observe and learn," the voice instructed. "The first task is to interface with our technology. It responds to thought and emotion, not touch or commands." Alex hesitated. He placed his hand near the console, feeling a tingling sensation run through his fingers. The light shifted, responding to his focus. He concentrated, trying to calm his racing thoughts, and suddenly the patterns rearranged themselves, forming shapes he could recognize, planets, moons, and a glowing path through a dangerous asteroid field. He gasped. I think I understand." "You understand more than you realize," the voice said. "Your human mind sees connections differently. That is why you are here." Hours passed as Alex practiced with the alien interface. He learned to guide energy flows, to anticipate shifts in the station's systems, and to make decisions that affected distant locations in real time. Each success built his confidence, and each failure taught him more. The aliens watched silently, their presence reassuring rather than commanding. Then the real challenge came. The station's screens displayed a massive celestial body, a planet-sized asteroid moving unpredictably toward a populated system. The aliens explained that conventional methods would fail. Only a human mind, adaptable and innovative, could guide the ancient vessel designed to redirect it. Alex's heart pounded. He had trained for simulations, but this was real. I can try, he said, his voice steady despite the fear. You must, the voice replied. The lives of many depend on your decisions. The aliens guided him to the command platform, a circular structure with floating panels of light. He stood at the center, feeling a connection to the station, to the ship, and to the distant stars. The controls responded to his thoughts, to his instincts, rather than his hands. It was like dancing with the universe itself. The asteroid approached rapidly. Alex focused, imagining the path it should take, feeling the flow of energy in his mind. The ship responded, shifting its trajectory, its energy fields guiding the massive rock away from inhabited planets. But then, an unexpected complication arose. A cluster of smaller asteroids, moving in chaotic patterns, threatened to collide with the vessel. Logic alone couldn't calculate a safe path. Alex's mind raced and he relied on intuition. He visualized the flow of space around the asteroids, imagining them moving in harmony with his will. Slowly, the vessel weaved through the cluster, avoiding collisions that would have destroyed it. The aliens observed, their forms shimmering brightly as if acknowledging his skill. Alex felt a surge of pride and relief. He had done it. Against all odds, with nothing but human instinct and creativity, he had succeeded. You have proven your worth, the voice said. Humanity's strength lies not only in knowledge or technology, but in courage, intuition, and the ability to adapt. You embody these qualities. Alex exhaled deeply, feeling the tension leave his body. He had always known humans were capable, but experiencing it firsthand in this alien environment made him realize the true potential of his species. Thank you, he said quietly, looking at the glowing figures around him. I didn't think I could do it, but I did. You did more than survive, the voice replied. You excelled. You remind us why humans are unique in the galaxy. For a moment, Alex allowed himself to imagine returning home, sharing this story, knowing that humans could achieve greatness not only through machines or technology, but through courage and ingenuity. He thought of his fellow humans scattered across colonies, facing challenges that required more than knowledge. They required heart. The aliens gestured toward a large window overlooking the void of space. Through it, Alex could see the asteroid cluster safely diverted, its path altered by his guidance. Stars sparkled far beyond, distant suns glowing in the endless night. The sight was beautiful, breathtaking, and humbling. You will return to your people, the voice continued, but you will not forget what you have learned here. Humanity is capable of more than you have imagined. You are proof. Alex nodded, feeling a sense of responsibility and pride. He had been chosen, yes, but he had earned their respect through action, through courage, and through the strength of his human mind. As he prepared to leave the station, the aliens gathered around him. Their light shimmered warmly as if offering a silent farewell. Alex felt gratitude toward them, not only for guiding him but for trusting him. He had faced something entirely unknown and had emerged stronger. Before stepping onto his shuttle, Alex looked back at the station, the energy pulsing through it. The glowing forms of the aliens and the living intelligence within its walls had changed him. He understood now that humanity's place in the galaxy was not defined solely by technology, but by creativity, courage, and the willingness to act when the stakes were high. The shuttle doors closed behind him, and he began his journey back to the nearest human colony. Stars streaked past as he accelerated into hyperspace, his mind racing with possibilities. He thought of the lessons he had learned, of the unique strengths humans possessed, and of the adventures that awaited beyond the stars. Even alone in the vastness of space, Alex felt connected, not just to the aliens who had guided him, but to humanity itself. He realized that humans were capable of extraordinary things, of facing challenges no other species could, and of making choices that shaped entire systems. A soft chime from the shuttle console reminded him that the asteroid had been successfully diverted. Alex smiled, feeling a deep satisfaction. The galaxy was vast and full of dangers, but also full of opportunities for those willing to rise to the occasion. As he entered a period of quiet travel, Alex allowed himself a moment of reflection. He had awakened that morning, nude and unprepared for what was to come. By nightfall, he had faced alien intelligence, mastered unknown technology, and acted to save countless lives. The day had transformed him. He looked out at the stars, feeling small and significant at the same time. The galaxy was wide, full of mysteries, challenges, and wonders. But humans, he understood now, were never powerless. They were unpredictable, creative, and courageous, and that made them remarkable. Alex leaned back in his seat, closing his eyes for a brief moment, but his mind was alive with new ideas, new hopes, and new determination. He had awakened to something that shocked him, yes, but it had also awakened the potential within himself and within all of humanity. The station receded behind him, a glowing beacon of alien intelligence and trust. Alex knew he would never forget this journey. He had seen the galaxy not as a passive observer but as an active participant, and he had learned the most important lesson of all, that humanity's true power lay not in tools or machines, but in the heart and mind of a single courageous individual. The stars stretched ahead, infinite and waiting. Alex gripped the controls of his shuttle, ready for whatever the galaxy might bring next. He was no longer just a human in space. He was a human who had proven the strength of his species, and that strength, he knew, could change the universe. And with that thought, Alex smiled. The adventure was far from over. It had only just begun.